Hey buddy, what's up? It's Monday. So recently I found it kind of frustrating to be on social media, and one of the reasons is because the amount of information now being bombarded with it that's just strictly false. But this video I want to talk about something very specific, and it's anything involving right now children, sex trafficking, assault, stuff like that. The thing is that it's a legitimate problem worldwide. Even in the U.S., the problem's actually been growing by most studies and statistics that I've seen, and these are verifiable. The CDC reported that it's actually a growing problem. Now, I'm not sure if it's a growing problem because the problem's actually growing or if it's just being reported more. Either way, worldwide, it's definitely going up. One of the reasons is because children trafficking is defined as a lot of things. You think of child sex trafficking as the main one, but also child fighters like when warlords make children go and fight. Though that's also considered child trafficking. Also, if parents try to use kids to help them get across a border illegally, that's also considered child trafficking. So all these are lumped together as one thing. Now, I want to just put some cold hard facts down. And unfortunately, the problem is that most perpetrators of the kind of sex crime we're talking about are actually committed by the father, the stepfather, the boyfriend of the parent, like the mom's boyfriend, an uncle, an older brother, or a neighbor, somebody like that, somebody who has close direct access to this child. I'm not sure why. I guess it's just if you're into that, I guess that's what you do. You go after a weak person, whatever. But statistically, that's who's perpetrating these crimes. So I was trying to figure out why people are so jumping on the idea that the rich and powerful people are doing this, and forget about the conspiracies for a second, because I am sure. I mean, the Epstein thing kind of proved it that there are rich and powerful people doing this. However, I don't think it's more likely that a rich and powerful person is doing it. The problem is that people that do this, the perpetrators, the evil people that destroy kids' lives, they're scattered among everybody. Like there's a certain percentage. I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe 1 out of every 1,000 people. They're like that. So I'm sure that if you line up 1,000 rich people, one of them will be like that. And that's just the kind of the hard truth about it. However, what I don't like is all the misinformation currently flooding Facebook, because now everybody is kind of looking for stuff in the wrong place. If you want to protect children, you have to look at the local children that are close to you, the ones that are in school, your friends at school and stuff like that. Those are the victims here. And the problem is that I just read an article about a nonprofit organization that's been working for about 15 years to solve, well, not to solve, because I guess it's a problem that's never going to get solved, but at least help to try to contribute to it. And they've been flooded with tips stemming everything from Wayfair to kids being sold on eBay, all kinds of stuff. And they are duty bound to investigate each and every tip, but it's taking up resources and money. It's a nonprofit, doesn't really have a lot of money, but they had to hire more people that they normally wouldn't need just to process all of the tips. And the problem is that a lot of these tips just don't go anywhere. The simple fact is that there are no secret tunnels going from a pizza place to the White House. There are no kids inside of furniture being sold on Wayfair. I'm not saying that these things are impossible, but the assertions that people are making, and they're so sure that they're correct, are just they're gumming up from the actual problem. We have a real situation here that needs to be fixed, and we're attacking it from the wrong direction. So, and that brings me to why are people so quick to believe this? Because I've also noticed a correlation between my friends that I've seen online who believe this and certain other political views they have. So I'm like, well, why is this? And I think one is argument deflection. The thing is that right now we have some social stuff going on in the United States. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's happening. It's a discussion. So this is an easy topic for people to be like, well, what about this? This is a much bigger problem. And of course, it's an easy thing to get behind, because who amongst us does not think that kids are worth protecting? Everybody can jump behind that, right? No matter what creed or race or gender or political affiliation you are, everybody wants to save the kids, right? So I feel like this is it's an interesting way to deflect the conversation. We're suddenly off the racial inequalities and criminal justice reform and stuff like that. We're now suddenly on kids. And again, it's a good argument to be on, But I think it's very much deflection because let's just assume that the problem was what people think it is, where the elites of society are the masterminds of this. But we can still solve, even if that was the case, you can still solve more than one thing at a time. That's one thing that's great about human beings. We can handle complex tasks. So that's one thing. And I think the second reason is that when I talk to people about it, there seems to be one political affiliation that they seem to assume is behind all this. And I think that's where a lot of this comes from, and it really aggravates me because this is a problem that deserves real attention and real effort to fix. And I think people are co-opting it for a political agenda. And the thing is that the kids, the actual victims of this, the ones that statistically speaking are going home every day to the person abusing them, they don't deserve to have a movement co-opted just because the election's coming up. I think it's unfair, and to be honest, I'm not even sure what to do about it, man. Anyway, buddy, I love you. I'm proud of you. I miss you, and stay awesome.